All right, it is reading time again. We are going to work on our genre and literary element. So we are working, yes, I'm outside in some fresh air and sunshine without the mask because sometimes it's nice not to have on the mask. So we are on page 16 and we're going to be talking about realistic fiction. So what is realistic fiction? Remember, realistic fiction is something that could possibly be real. Typically, it has dialogue, and the dialogue kind of sounds like how people would normally talk. We're just going to read this little paragraph, and then we're going to answer the questions. So we're just going to get started. All right, page 16, building a team. Follow along, please. Noah's class, as a group, was assigned to navigate the obstacle course. He was first in line and anxiously wondered, how can I help my team? The first task was to walk the length of a swinging log a foot off the ground. Noah found it was easy for him to balance and reach the other side. Then he had a realization. He could help spot or guide classmates who were less athletic than he. That, he decided, would be his contribution to his team. All right, so how do you know this text is realistic fiction? So if you look at the little blurb, it has quotations. How can I help my team? So it's like someone who is talking in real time, how they'll talk in real life. So that's how we know it's realistic fiction. And is this something that could possibly happen? So do people go through obstacle courses? They do. How do they help do they wonder how they can help their team? People do wonder that. People in teams do wonder how they can help their teammates. So how do you know this is realistic text or realistic fiction? There are quotations and it talks like how a real person would talk. Number 2, what gave Noah confidence and an idea of how to contribute to his team? So if you see on, then he had a realization. So somewhere in the middle, towards the end of the second paragraph. Then he had a realization. He could help spot or guide his classmates who were less athletic than he. That, he decided, would be his contribution to his team. So, what gave Noah confidence and an idea of how he could help his team? So what does that mean to you? For me, I feel like since he already ran the course and he knows what is going to happen, then he can kind of watch his teammates and make sure that they can navigate through the course with his help. That's how I feel like that means. So can you have a different answer? Of course you can. So if you have something different, I'd love to hear it. Write it down on number 2. All right, number 3. What words in the first paragraph show suspense? So what does suspense mean? So suspense means like, what's going to happen? I don't know. So maybe a little bit anxious. So, okay. So it says Noah's class as a group was assigned to navigate the obstacle course. He was first in line and anxiously wondered, how can I help my team? So what is the suspense in that first paragraph? I'm going to let you answer that one on your own, please, for number 3. And then we have number 4. Why do these words create a feeling of suspense? So that's a great question. So why do these words create a feeling of suspense? So he was first in line and anxiously wondered, how can I help my team? So for me, feeling suspense is if you're first in line, do you always know what's going to happen, especially if you're in an obstacle course? I think that is hard. I think it would be hard to be first in line and because you don't know what's going to happen. So for me, that's the suspense part, is just like, I'm first in line, because that would make me super nervous. So, but tell me what you think. When was a time that you've ever felt suspense. You don't know what's going to happen. So for me, I feel like being anxious and something that's suspenseful is a little bit different. So I feel like something that's suspenseful is more like a mystery, like I don't know, something that needs to be solved, whereas being anxious is just not knowing what's going to happen. You're feeling anxious. You don't know how things are going to turn out. So for me, I feel like those two words are a little bit different. But I don't know how you feel about it. So I'd love to know how you feel, if there's a difference between suspense and being anxious. So if you have any different ideas, write them down and send them to me because I'd love to read them. And that is all. And until next time, y'all, take care. Bye.